Okay, so my presentation is going to be on secondary mortgage markets. So the first thing that we need to determine is what is a secondary mortgage market. On Investopedia, it defines a secondary mortgage market as the market where mortgage loans and servicing rights are bought and sold between mortgage originators, mortgage aggregators, or securitizers and investors. To me, the first time that I read that, I honestly had no idea what that meant. So I had to do a lot of research to try and figure it out. And it worked a lot better for me to turn it into kind of a flow chart. So I'm going to use a flow chart to explain this. So first off, a person wants to buy a home and take out a home loan from the bank. So after they do that, the bank then takes that loan and groups it with a bunch of other home loans and packages them all up together and sells them to the secondary mortgage market to companies like Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. Third, the loan is then sold from the secondary mortgage market companies to investors. Fourth, now that the bank has enough money, they can help other people with their home loans, um, and they won't run out of business. They'll have enough money for other loans for many different people. So how does this work and why do we need it? This works because once the bank sells the home loans to the secondary mortgage market, they then have enough money to go and give out more home loans to other people who are looking for them. The bank actually makes money on these exchanges because as the homeowners pay their loan back to the bank keeps a fee for doing the following three things. They service the loan, they collect the payment, and then they send the payment to the secondary market that they sold the loan to in the first place. Somewhere in that exchange, they actually do make a bit of money, so that's how they can stay in business while doing this. The reason we need a secondary mortgage market is because back in the mid 1900s, the only people who could afford to give out a large home loan were big banks with a lot of funds. They didn't have anybody else to sell it to, and so once they gave out those funds, they were out of money. The banks could charge a higher rate because there were a limited number of banks with the funds to give out that type of loan. So people had a hard time finding out where to get home loans. So the secondary mortgage market was created to help with this issue. The big players like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were created and are helped out by and supported by the government. It allows more people to get home loans from more lenders and help the lenders keep the funds to help more people. The future possibilities with this, it could include new companies coming into the secondary mortgage market to compete with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. This could happen because right now, if someone wants a home loan, but they have a bad credit score, the bank can either decline them totally or they can charge them a huge rate because they're considered a risk with a low credit score. So the private investors come in and give these people the money, and then they drive the prices and fees in the secondary mortgage market. This could leave room for them to change the prices in the market or even leave room for more private investors and maybe even companies with the same goal in mind to make their way into this market. So that's what a secondary mortgage market is. There's a lot of different future possibilities, so we'll have to see where it goes from here. Thanks.